I don't think anyone really loves presenting. Maybe a few people do, but most people, I think, if you ask them if they have to do a big presentation at work or somewhere, they're probably dreading it for some reason.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Pineapple Improv Show. I'm your host, Mike Brown, and today we are talking presenting, using your improv skills to help you present, or, do a little presenting at work. Here with me today, coming all the way from Queens, New York, is Emily Hartnett. Emily, how the heck are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
So, Emily, can you tell us a little bit about where do you work and what is it exactly that you do?
So I work in the branding field, and my role, the simple answer is I tell people when they ask me what I do is I'm a graphic designer because that's the easy answer. But specifically, I work as a production artist, which is kind of the technical side of the design design field. You've got the creative folks who create these beautiful visuals and ideas, and then I'm the person that comes in and makes them real, makes them tangible, makes them work in a system and figure out all the little minutia and details to make everything perfect.
I love the usage of the word minutia.
Yes,
Anytime anyone,
so much minutia.
Emily, um, can you tell us a little bit about what it is about presenting in the past that you have possibly struggled with?
Yeah, so it's kind of one of the things that led me to exploring improv in the first place is I was having my annual performance review and, stellar marks across the board. And the one thing that was kind of like, maybe you want to work on this a little bit is presentation skills. Getting that kind of all the ideas in my head communicated to someone else in a more engaging way. Because being a technical person and someone who kind of works in my own head a lot of the time, sometimes my delivery is not as exciting as the ideas I'm trying to get out. And so kind of connecting, putting together, what's going on in here with what's coming out of my face.
So you found improv, or improv found you, rather, and after you took a few classes, after you started kind of understanding the methodology of improv and hopefully trying to apply it in your work life, what did you notice started to change for you?
I think, well, I think one big thing is as much as, what I do professionally kind of relies on perfectionism and everything needing to be just so. It also was helpful to kind of realize that making a mistake is okay sometimes too. I mean, there's certain mistakes that would not be great for my work, but in terms of, the presenting angle, if you misspeak or you flub a line or something, it's nobody really cares. And it's kind of that, understanding that, you don't always have to be so precious about calculating every single thing you're going to do and that, sometimes um sometimes a mistake can be funny. And
Making mistakes is what A makes us human, but also B makes us relatable.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, relatability is a big thing.
Uh, can you talk a little bit about what your experience has been like in terms of trying to convey the ideas of whatever is in your brain out through your mouth? Because I think a lot of us, we do pretty well when it comes to writing. You know, if you have an idea, you can articulate yourself and you can take the time to figure out how you want to say a thing as you're writing it, as opposed to speaking. there's very little lag time between your brain and your mouth, and in order to look professional, sometimes we want to do it quickly, right? So
Yeah.
what has your experience been in trying to get your ideas conveyed either to another person or like clients or coworkers?
I think that, having being somewhat of an introverted technical person, sometimes my delivery comes out very sort of mechanical and stilted. And, I think some of it is trying to take what I'm presenting, which oftentimes is very technical, straightforward information, but trying to maybe it's that I think of I'm talking to a friend about this instead of a client, or, I'm it's getting excited about the content that I'm creating and presenting and, trying to make it sound interesting. And a lot of that is through kind of emoting, which is not always my strongest suit. And that's something, again, coming back to improv, some of the exercises that we do is, having to make nonsense sounds or, modulate your voice, like having to talk really loudly all of a sudden and then talk really quietly all of a sudden and kind of stretching all those muscles and kind of, because I think it is it's a workout to kind of, you know, exercise that range of delivery and presentation.
It's kind of an acting
Yeah.
exercise,
Hmm.
really, because when you are presenting, in a sense, you are actually acting. Not that you're
Well, it's
trying to hoodwink.
yeah, especially I was going to say, especially when the client says something that you really don't agree with, and you've got to have the poker face that does not, go into the territory of like, are you an idiot?
Emily, I would like to pivot just a little bit and play a little improv game with you if you're down for it. The game
Yeah.
is called Slideshow. So here's how it's going to work. You have just come back from a vacation, and you've taken all these pictures on your vacation, and all of your pictures are going to be me. I will put myself in all kinds of weird, silly positions, and as you are telling friends and family, as you're going through these photos of your with your friends and family, I would love for you to describe what it is that I'm doing as you on your vacation. Can you do that?
Right.
Excellent. Cool.
Where did
So,
we where did we go?
you just came back. Oh, let's do a simple one. You just came back from Hawaii.
Oh, love it. All right. Yeah, so I just got back from a week vacation in Hawaii. It was just the the scenery, the weather, everything was just gorgeous. It was great to get away and just have some time to relax.
So, Emily, what's this photo?
Yeah, so I saw a flock of birds coming at me and I got really scared and so I put my hands up to try to shield myself from the bird attack.
But Emily, what was this photo?
Um yeah, so we were touring a volcano and I thought I saw a plume of smoke coming out of the top and I thought that we were about to get inundated by hot lava.
And Emily, last one. What was this photo?
Yeah, so I had kind of a rough night one night and I sort of trashed my hotel room and my punishment was that I had to like clean out the room. They gave me this big broom and I also had a shovel and I had to sweep away the broken remnants of the TV that I had smashed off the wall.
Well, it
Not
sounds
the
like
finest
an
moment, but
amazing, sounds like an amazing vacation.
it was. Highly recommend.
And scene. Awesome, cool. Thank you so much for playing that weird, silly,
You're
ridiculous
very
game with me.
welcome. And that was fun 'cause I haven't played that one before. So it was completely new to me. Thinking on with me.
Hey, thinking on your feet, having to adapt, having to think clearly in the moment, stay in the
Mhm.
moment, and incorporate these new unexpected ideas into something that you've already prepared,
It
right?
is interesting because I just realized that every single scenario was some kind of disaster that happened. So I'm not, maybe that's subconsciously, you know, maybe I need a vacation, a real one.
Maybe you should steer clear of Hawaii.
So Hawaii sounds scary.
Well, your version of Hawaii sounds scary. So, Emily, what is it about this particular game or exercise that helps us kind of wrap our brains around incorporating the unexpected? What was your internal mental mechanism that was activated?
Well, it's like I didn't know what you were going to do. So it was, it was completely out of nowhere. Um, I wanted to make an interesting story, which is probably why I leaned on weird, traumatic experiences happening. Because, Hawaii is a beautiful, relaxing place, I imagine, and no one wants to hear about, oh yeah, I sat on the beach and did nothing. So kind of coming up with some interesting stories that might be unusual.
I appreciate that. Uh, Emily, our time is growing short. So I just wanted to kick it to you. Are there any last words of advice or tips or tricks or anything that you have in your improv tool belt that you would like to share with other people in terms of presenting or maybe even delving into the public speaking realm just a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, just trying things that you're not comfortable with, because nobody really loves, I don't think anyone really loves presenting. Maybe a few people do, but most people, I think, if you ask them if they have to do a big presentation at work or somewhere, they're probably dreading it for some reason. Either it's that they don't feel prepared or they don't feel confident speaking. So I think that, you know, it's definitely it's a helpful thing to just make you feel more comfortable being uncomfortable and knowing that it's okay to not be totally comfortable. And sometimes mistakes happen and sometimes mistakes are funny. And, at the end of the day, nobody really cares. If you think about um, if you've heard someone else present at work, you don't remember their if they made mistakes or not the next day. You don't really think anything of it. So kind of realizing that not everybody is as critical of you as you might be of yourself. Yeah.
Folks, thank you so much for joining us today on the Pineapple Improv Show. Like I said earlier, I'm your host, Mike Brown. If you want to find out more information on improv or Pineapple Improv or how to take some classes, definitely check out pineappleimprov.com. Anyway, Emily, thank you so much for joining us today. And to everyone else, we'll see you next week.